Well, good day there, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Trap Lines and Inline. Beauty day in the bush today, guys, as always. Guess what we're up to today? Well, guys, in all honesty, I've been pondering this for a minute. I have not been sure what I wanted to do, but I made up my mind on what I wanted to do here now, so we're gonna do it. I can't bear to look at this old girl sitting here any longer. She's got transmission issues, in need of a rebuild or replacement, and it's most likely a front clutch issue. You know, I got no reverse, I got no third gear. I also got no breakaway low. So there's a few things going on there, and just gonna tear it apart and rebuild it, which is exciting, I tell you. So this is a beauty old truck here. I love it. I love everything about it. Well, I don't love how she eats the fuel. It's my fault the transmission blew up is a big reason why I'm doing this. I only paid about $1,000 for the thing, Canadian too. So like it was just nothing. And she was just a beauty of a truck. I actually got my money out of it a long time ago. You know, I put it to good work on the line and stuff. When it was worth it, when you could buy them for like, there was a whole bunch when I bought this one, 2018, that were in that, oh, that's already 3 years ago. They were in that $1,000 to $1,500 range. And the beauty of them was they were reliable, beauty trucks. And you could insure them here as antiques and SAS for nothing, $150 a year, which is a beauty. You don't get hardly jack shit if you write them off, but. So then all of a sudden people kind of noticed that, and for a time there they were definitely undervalued. Now people want 3-4 times that much. So she's appreciated sitting here in this condition. There's really a couple reasons. Like, it's not a great decision what I'm doing here. Like, it's not a tremendously great use of my time fixer. I can't stand sitting here looking at it. It definitely hurts that it was my fault how it happened. You know, I was pretty stupid the way I was driving it there. Was stuck up in the bush when it happened. It was not good. I don't think about it highly, that's for sure. Another thing is, it's gonna be a damn good learning experience. I've done a fair bit of wrench twisting, you know, but never really any tranny stuff and whatnot. I got this here book. I was told is a must-have to do this. Is transmission handbook, Carl H. Monroe Torque Flight A727 rebuild book, and I've already read it and I would agree it looks really well done. It's one of those things though, you know, guys, like you can read about it but you just got to do it, and quite often it's easier when you go to do it than it sounds like to read. Like there's quite a few different things here we're just not quite sure about, but anyway, you can see this sassy old her. What this isn't gonna be is a how-to video. You know, I just never done it before. It'll be a fun experience to bring you along. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna enjoy doing it for sure. I'm gonna pitter away at it whenever I get a chance in between other projects, and it'll be nice that way. Always have something to do. I'll give you the grand tour of this right beauty. Clear coat's peeling, that don't matter. A deer took that out while it was parked. I told that story before too. I had to release them. She's rotted out pretty bad, don't matter any. It's custom weight reduction. I got inverted front leaf springs, that don't matter, just rides real nice. Nicer than my 12 valve. She has the aerodynamics of a small barn and the fuel efficiency of I don't know what, but she really guzzles her. A couple other things I gotta fix here, get her roadworthy. Got the gas tank strapped on there, ratchet straps, she's no good. Looks like that's leaking. Rear diff. I think the front diff is too. Both of those are overdue to change. So, you know, there's a couple things. This is also one of those things. The mice are in here bad. Gonna have to figure it out. But like, I started to get a little worried driving her there towards the end. Like she's just coming out there pretty good. Oh, there's some wiring here too. Better not forget that shit either. Well, it's too bad she's not more fuel efficient, because otherwise I'd daily her. But you know, my 12 valves at least twice as efficient on fuel. And but it's great to have it around here. It costs nothing to own, nothing to insure, and you can use it as a backup truck if you ever get stuck or breakdown or anything, and then you're not stranded in the bush. Is huge for me. 318 5.2 liter, and we're gonna have to take them off. So underneath her here, we don't have a whole lot of room for activities. You know, we're gonna have to jack her up, drop her out. There's quite a few things we have to take off to get off the tranny here. One is the exhaust. Fortunately for us, actually, it's broken off right there. So if we can get these stubborn bolts out, you know, that'll be easy. I already got the linkages disconnected. I was playing around with the valve body, so I've already drained all the fluid out of her, just dropped the pad. I gotta take out the starter, all the different sensors and stuff. Gotta disconnect the drive shafts, you know, just everything here. So it's quite a bit to take off, but we just gotta get right at her. That was so much easier than I thought it would be. I think someone had been through there, like some of those these flange bolts were even loose, but it just came out like nothing. And then she's already broken, so that worked out good for me as well. Jacked her up a little more clearance. Not high enough, it matters if it falls, right? Just to lift the, even just lifting the weight off the wheels and, you know, raising the suspension does a lot. I run into issues everywhere I go. This is kind of a little bit what I'm afraid of, but we're still in the clear. It's been a minute since I've been under this beauty. Actually, I've never even checked these things before. Oh, sorry, is my headlamp on this camera yet? That's gone. This one here, sorry, it's hard to show you with one hand. Oh, I got, see? Gone. Okay guys, so we're just gonna take this drive shaft out here. This is our front drive shaft. You can see here all the plate in this. So I taken off the straps. We'll just replace them. We got to replace our U-joint anyway, and it's no big deal. We're doing it at a really convenient time. We're gonna have to take it out anyway, you know, the drive shaft, that is. You see this here is the 4 bolts hold the drive shaft, and they've given me lots of room to work here. I can get a wrench right in here, which is beautiful. I love to see this. And the further back you go, the more kind of things you see like this, the more room you have to work, and it's right on. So I got them all loosened up. You can see you put the truck in 4-wheel drive and then it won't spin and you can undo the bolts. So now we'll put her in 2. And now we can spin it and access all those bolts, loosen them up, and then we're gonna have to drive a chisel or something right here to separate the drive shaft. Nice place to put my tools, hey, but okay. So I got everything kind of stretched out here. You can actually see here I just removed the rear drive shaft here. I just took off the straps on the yoke, then tape them together. We'll just leave that here. This is a transfer case. See, we got a couple lines and stuff here, and we're gonna have to drain this and take this right out. So if you come look over here, this is exactly what we got to take out. It's not too heavy at all. It's a very simple mechanism, actually, the transfer case. You can see here, this is where the rear drive shaft, right? I don't got that backwards, and that's the front. Mounts here, a couple lines here, as well as it looked like a sensor or something here. I don't know what that is actually. And this here came with the truck. It was in the back seat, so I've always had it. Never had a use for it, but so I guess we'll have to drain that and figure out how to pull it. Take off those lines and stuff. Yeah, whoever was in there replaced that transfer case or was working on whatever not too long ago. That fluid is fresh. I love old stuff. I was just talking about it in a different video, but like, particularly because I'm the guy that's gonna work on all this shit, I insist on doing my own fixing. These new vehicles, you can hardly get under the hood. You can hardly get in there to change the oil filter. These old beauties, you can get right in there, right into her. Like, look at me here. It's filled with a lot less shit I don't need, I'll tell you that. It's kind of half the problem with this. Like, no one cares, no engineer these days, they care about how easy it's gonna be to fix on it, none of that shit. You know, quite the opposite. It's generally terrible for business. It's generally terrible for the business these days if you have a vehicle that's reliable. You don't have guys coming in for parts these days, and you have people working on their own things. There's no benefit there at the drawing board for any of that shit. So it's kind of like our interests are not aligned here. So I think the old stuff is just so much more focused on quality and shit, you know. Honest to God, guys, that's my opinion on that. Okay guys, so that's where the starter obviously come off. That's the stud. We'll have to remove that, and this is the dust shield, I guess. So just the bolt up here I was taking off, and then this nut, she just pulls right out of there. See how I got everything here? I just disconnected my shift and kick down linkage. You know, they're all hanging here. Or where was that? It was back here. So I'll zip tie all this out of the way, easy to do. 2 cooler lines, one there, one back in here. This is neutral safety. I want to make sure that I have that that's how it's supposed to go. Get that on film. Speedometer, I took the whole line right off. Took this line off too up top here. And this on the transfer case now, of course. My drain plugs, you know, that's where I drained it. And then back in there, I just disconnected whatever that is. I don't know what it is actually. Oh yeah, this one in the transfer case, a breather there. And then I don't know what this sensor is or what it is. But I'll just take this, get it right out of the road. This is my 4-wheel drive linkage. On my 4-wheel drive manual shift lever. Gotta disconnect that. I'm disconnecting the transfer case here, aren't I? Like the one I have there over there is disconnected, you know, here. And with this left on the transfer case. But that's not what I want, do I? No. So I hope you can see. It's pretty tight down here, but I'm just now gonna be separating the transfer case from the tranny here. So I'm just pulling her off the studs here. There she comes. Feels a lot heavier when it's directly above you, I tell you. Right on. So guys, that is what the transfer case bolts to there on the tranny. You can see the holes. There were just studs there, so I removed the bolts and pulled them out. I should replace that seal. I don't know if I got it in my kit. And then right there you can see the 2 bolt holes that all that was mounted to. The transfer case, that is. You can see the output shaft there. You know, that's what it bolted to. That's our whole tranny there now. Everything is disconnected. We need to and zip tied out of the way. I just got to figure out some of the how to do up front there and all that shit. And won't be long, have this beauty right out of there. So I'll show you here how I'm doing this, and this is definitely the way to do it, because like otherwise I can't even tell you what I had for breakfast, man. All these different pieces, you know, there's just no chance. So what I like to do here, you see I brought in the transfer case, got it plugged there so no debris gets into it. I got different pieces, valve body I got half apart. But you see, this is kind of the work I do today. Just separate them very simply. These little bags, this maybe cost $3 or $4 for all these bags. I use them all the time, you know. Here's their starter as well. Pulled the stud out of it, you know. You don't even have to label them, I find. Like, this is obviously drive shaft, you know. It's got the straps, or, you know, it just makes sense where it's supposed to go when you have them all together. Like, this is transfer case from, so that's really the ticket, because this is going to be a hell of a project. You know, we're going to be at this for a minute. It's going to take us a fair while to get all this done, but it's going to be fun anyway. Well guys, nothing like a good meal after a long day. I'm just having here these here things, tortillas with I got a bunch of ground beef and tomatoes and cheese. Is going to be right on meal, guys. So okay guys, so it's time to take off. There's 2 struts here on mine that go from the engine block to the transmission here. And then we'll take off this here dust cover all that will be left is these 2 bolts here. Okay, so once I got in here, like this is where I start to like I've never, this unknown territory for me, you know, all this other stuff easy. I'm not sure, I think they want me to put a witness mark here to line our bolts up because they only go one way to account for engine balancing and stuff. And we're gonna have to rotate the engine to gain access to these, because you can see here they're, you know, and then from there, like we're here, I still got to remove the dipstick so it don't get bent. And then I got, how many bolts are on top, I don't even know. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get to the top ones either, but we'll get her done. So I got 2 out of the 4 bolts, and see here, I'm better off to do this from the bottom is where I was doing it, but I can show you how she moves. I'm barring the engine over, and it bars easy because it's not a very big engine. Like the 12 valve takes a lot more to bar over, but there is, it's kind of recessed there, but on the crankshaft there's a 1 1/4 inch, and it's turned over easy. But you can see here as I do it. So there, I can see I freed up another one, so I'll go do it and then come do another one. Okay guys, so I'm getting ready to drop this transmission out. She's gonna come here pretty quick. I want everything so because I'm a little bit worried. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get her. It's just me with a floor jack that drops like a bag of bricks. That's one thing. We've been rolling around the dirt this whole time, but if it does fall, it's better than falling on concrete. I want 18 inches here to clear, and I want to jack this up once. I don't want to have this unhooked and then jacking it up, because like how my engine is supported, I got mounts up front and then it's supporting itself through the transmission. So if when I got to block up the engine, because otherwise the transmission, once I take that out, the back end of the engine's gonna sag. It's no good. So I want to put it at the right height, have my engine blocked up, and I don't want to have to move it. It looks like I need about another little bit here. Okay guys, so what I did here is I undid the converter and pushed it back. What I've done here, you see I got a wrench. It's threaded on there, and it's holding, just like it's holding the converter into the transmission, so it comes out with the transmission. I thought that was pretty slick, hey? And then I also removed the oil filter. I got to get the bolts and the bell housing way up there. And then also I already got this loosened off. Like she's about ready to come right out of here, okay? Guys, so I was able to get to the top of the bell housing bolts. They're way in there, but it's definitely doable. I just did it. Now, what it wants from me here, I gotta take off the back support here. Take off that. Then we gotta jack it up and a little bit, and then jack, and then support the right at the oil pan. We'll support that. Take off the bolts and try and slide it back and out of here. I'm not looking forward to it, gotta tell you. See, I jacked it up just a bit. That way, like my jack stands really sink into this ground. It sucks, I hate it. I hate jack stands, I hate everything about it. No, I'm just kidding, but I'm a little bit worked up here, you know. I've been right down in here this whole time. I've been having a blast, but taking it easy, you know. Having a beauty go over. I'm not so excited about this. I don't know, man. Like, we got it all done. It's going good. I got to be right dialed in here and focus. I don't like it. This thing is heavy. I don't want it on my ribs. Then she's done. So I don't like these jack stands either. Hate them. And yeah, so I have 2 bolts to go, and she comes, boys. She comes. So that's loose there in the back, right? So I'm gonna have to. I got 2 bolts to undo, and then we're gonna have to slide it off the dowel pins and onto the jack. I'm gonna have to be really focused here when I do this shit. Oh yes, really focus. I'm gonna put you here by my collection of jack stands. I got 1 bolt and she's ready to come. I don't know how I like this at all. I don't know what I can even do better here with what I got. So, put you out here by the jack stands out of the line of fire, and we'll just try and hopefully not send her too bad. I hate it. Oh, she's free, boys. Fuck this. She's free willy, boys. Should have fucking removed that thing, shouldn't I have? I got the trannies completely unbolted. Now, I got 2 jacks going. I should have taken the cross member out to begin with. I didn't. Now the cross, like I couldn't rebolt the tranny because it had shifted, and I'm just here by myself. Well, I didn't think I could, so I put a jack under the cross member. So when the cross member comes, the whole thing, she's gonna want to go. A lot of bolts in this. A lot of bolts in this cross member. I'm hoping to get it out. 1 bolt and the jack holding cross member currently. Whoop. Okay, I was able to get it some. Okay, so this little jack actually works good because I have to rotate it to lower it. It doesn't let off hydraulic pressure, right? Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't all of a sudden draw. There's very little weight on the cross member because I'm front heavy. Lower the ass end here. Some. Oh, I'm clearing good now, guys. Really good. Okay. Shit. Okay, I'm starting to tip her sideways. It wants to slip off when I lower it. Ooh, fuck you. And I'm kind of just teetering it down is what I'm doing. Just kind of teetering it down. Gasket. Okay, boys. Cross member decided to fuck off, but I'm still going. This thing here is currently teetering like you wouldn't believe. I'm clear of all obstruction. I don't really want to go in there and lay with the thing, but she gotta come down, boys. Fuck it. She's either gonna come or she's not here, boys. I got her. Fuck yeah, I did. All the oil's leaking everywhere. She's a beauty, boys. I fucking did it. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Oh, that fucking went good. Fuck yeah, boys. Got her out mint. Without mega catastrophe. Holy shit. Okay, now I'm gonna manhandle this fucking right out of here. Sir, I got her. I wouldn't want to roll the dice with that too many times, boys. Like, I was not fucking having fun. 23 minutes this video clip is. 25 now. That's how long it took me. I sure as hell ain't gonna show you the whole thing, because that'd be boring as fuck. I'm gonna get this jack out from underneath. Smell you later. It's not even that heavy, but well, you don't want to crash her down, that's for sure. Okay, I'm gonna drag her out now, boy. Yeah, right on. Here's my prize, boys. So, yeah, that went off literally without a hitch. Like, how it went off so much without a hitch is a good question. That actually, like, my only mistake I've made, well, pardon me and my, don't mean to brag, boys, I just tell you the truth. The only thing I did was I thought I could, like, bring that kind of down and over the cross member, but I was just gonna be hitting the flywheel and shit. You see how I did this? Fuck yeah, I thought I was thinking there, boys. Pardon me, I'm wound up, you're damn right. See how I held that converter in there? Oh, yes sir. Okay, I'm gonna go put this in my workshop straight away, boys. Yeah, it's a torque converter. Okay guys, so that was right on. You see, I strapped the engine up here. That way it's not, because there's nothing holding it on the ass end. I don't like how I got jack stand, so that's a good way to do that. And yeah, I just got 2x4, a couple ratchet straps there. Sleep easier on that. So that was good. That went actually beautifully. I spent a lot of time doing it. I just took my time, make sure I was doing everything right. If I was to do that again, I bet I could do it, you know, half the time, which still is a lot of time, but just figure it out and then good to go. It's a nice machine to work on. Like, I'm having a blast here, for sure I am. It's a lot of fun. I've never done this before because I've never had to. It's my first transmission troubles. I've done a lot of work, very similar caliber, so I was pretty confident going into it, but still, it's real rewarding doing something for the first time. Thought about it a bit, for sure. So anyway, I'm gonna rebuild her now. She's, what did they say, 160 pounds or whatever? Lifting with my back there a bit, I'm tired, but oh fuck yeah, I gotta get a thumbnail here for the video, boys. Ramcharger revival. Part fucking 1, boys. She's gonna be chooching mint again, I tell you. It's right on. I'm fucking amped. This is so much fun. Hopefully I got enough there, because this fucker's heavy. And the fucking neutral safety's right in the goocher. Okay guys, so I got my tranny here in the workshop. I got a little, this is a nice thing about this project. You can kind of pitter away at it whenever and stuff, but I think I'm gonna get real involved with it all of a sudden, because I think if I try and drag this out long enough, I'm gonna forget how absolutely everything goes here. Oh, not even close. What I'm trying to get done here today is I'm trying to see if I'm trying to see if I can get the pump out of this here. I seen an older video how a guy did this here. I'm not sure. I just want to test something. In my book it says I need the slide hammers, but I've seen the way this guy did this. So this is neutral safety. And then this here is kick down adjustment. I don't actually know which one off the top of my head. There's one. So we'll remove this. I guess another tool I think I need here in a bit is an inch-pound torque wrench, but I do not have one yet. So, and this is where I'm going to start labeling parts, because there's a lot that's coming out of it. So I'll label this one outside adjustment, because there's one inside too, I guess. Just little ways to remember. What I'm doing now is I'm trying to measure play on the input shaft. I just got this tool, it's called the dial indicator, and I'm not really that great know how to use it here. You can see here, it's tricky to measure. I measure in a couple different places. So I try and hold it fixed there, so it measures, and it measures how much this moves. So it's pushed all the way back here now, It's at 0. I keep getting about 33, 34 on this dial indicator. Yeah, see? Goes back. I sometimes get 33 to 35. It's very hard. I tried to measure here too. It's a little bit tricky. And my book tells me to measure this before I do it. I don't know why yet, or I read and I forgot already, but I got the valve body out of her, and I just have a couple holding this in here. I was just a little bit bored one day, so I tore it out. I didn't feel like, you can see it's just over there. So I'll just remove the remaining bolts here on this pad. So I got it on cardboard here because she's gonna leak fluid everywhere. You can see she already has, but I maybe could have drained it out a little better, but there's always just some that don't come. I already took out the accumulator spring. Okay, so how is everything? I'm starting to get a good figure on what everything is in here. This is my park lock. We gotta take off the tail housing. This is my kickdown band. This is the one we just adjusted. So we can actually just pull these struts out here. Put these. Okay, so there's our pan. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have a drain in that, that's for sure. Now, this guy told me this is work, so I sure as hell hoping it would. I'm just gonna try and move this. Moving this band up a bit. And then what else am I trying to do here? I guess we gotta take off this here guy too. You see here guys, quite often you'll see me in my videos and I've forgotten my hat light on. This is why. It's just so damn useful. I'm using it all the time. Like I just get so used to it, I have trouble seeing without it. It's that convenient, I swear to God. I'm trying to get that all unhooked. I am going to have quite an accumulation of parts by the end of it, that's for sure. Okay, so now I'm just removing, you see all these bolts here, the extension housing to the transmission here. So this here one actually looks a little different than the ones I was seeing on TV and stuff. They all had a longer extension. I don't even know this is a 4-wheel drive one. All them other ones all of them are 2-wheel drive. And they had some kind of snap ring you had to release. Now I'm not seeing that unless it's under the mud, but this one looked quite a bit different, hey, being 4-wheel drive. So looking like it just come right off actually. Yeah, this one is different for sure. Okay. This here is the governor. Now, how do I explain what that does? I have the best explanation of it myself, to be completely fair, but it uses, like, it judges the speed your vehicle's going, how fast this is turning, and then that's used, like, it's information used by transmission to determine shifts and stuff, right? Is that a good way to use it? Here's where we start to run into a shitload of snap rings. I got one here. I actually don't know how. I guess that comes off like this. And then I got, yeah, this is where I start to follow the book, I gotta tell you. So, one thing I gotta check here, I'm just gonna bring you along so this is something I don't know as well. Do you see how there's that thing gone in the bottom of the accumulator board? I have a notion that's supposed to be like that. It scared me for a second, gotta tell you. So, anyways. So I'm just taking out all the pump bolts here. I'm trying to get this pump out. They say quite often you have to get in there with slide hammers and thread them in, and I know damn well if I buy that thing I'd be lucky to use it once, so I'm trying to do without that. Now I'm just removing, there's an E-clip on this. on this valve. This is a governor valve. Yeah, and then I can remove the governor right off here apart from the snap, right? So there is the governor. So I'll set that up with all my parts. This is like kind of the moment of truth. So buddy on the YouTube now says that now that I got everything disconnected, and that's why I lifted that band up, so that I can tap the output shaft here to push the front pump out. Looked like he was working on transmission, never been even used before, so this might be, well, we'll try it. Well, I'll be damned if it's not working. Cool beans. That's cool. That makes my day. So my book didn't tell me that. Maybe there's a reason my book didn't tell me that. But I thought that was 6 tenths. Check it out. There comes the pump. Well, the whole tranny's going to be laying on the floor now, boys. Just, yeah. Like there she be. Like that's so cool. This is so much fun for me. You have no idea. I can't even tell you how much fun this is. That was cool. Okay. What's coming out here? So this is the pump. Okay. Put you on the bench, sweetheart. Whoa, didn't like that. Oh, that's okay. Okay. So I assume where we're gonna have, oh my god, those clutches look nothing wrong with them there. Okay, this is so cool. Okay, at this point, like, here are my bands. That one's kind of just chilling over there. That's cool. There really isn't much to this, is there? Like, you read the book and you kind of like lose track of everything. You get in here, there's not too much to it. I want to get into these clutches, see if we got some burnt up clutches. No, that's what I'm trying to see. So far, everything looks not too pretty bad. Not seeing anything too out of the ordinary. The bell housing's in good shape. No cracks or anything that I can see so far. It looks good enough from afar, so I won't look too much further. Oh man, this is fun, guys. I have to call her. I know what happens here. I'm getting all worked up. It's so much fun. I'm ahead of myself. I gotta do some more research before I do anything else. And it's getting late here, so we'll get on with it anyway. But yeah, I've hardly done nothing here today, or anything, and she's already in pieces. Isn't that right on? So cool to see how everything goes together. You know, I get wound up here and I just and then get too far ahead of myself. So there's still a lot I gotta learn here and stuff along the way, guys. And different terminology things, see how things go together. Got everything laid out here good. It's staying real organized. I can't believe how empty we already got this case already. Like, all that's left here, you see that in the ass end is overrunning clutch. I was eager to tear into my clutches here and see what we're looking at. Now, I'm about certain. Gotta be careful not to scratch up this stuff. It doesn't even look too badly heated up, this drum. Like, it looked, maybe, surely to God some, but I don't know. Could have been worse here. So this is like, these two are supposed to separate here. You see that line? This is supposed to pull out the front. Now I'll show you the kind of clutch material we're looking at here. You know, it's just coated around here. It's a lot of clutch material, for sure it is. But I can't get these two separated, is a problem here. I don't know why. I imagine are they cooked together, seized with clutch material. There's just one, like this should just pull right off here. And I pulled apart all the rear clutches that go in here while I was waiting. And they all look pretty fine. This is all the stuff. It's real easy to do. There's nothing look too wrong about them. They're not terribly ruined or anything. So I'm also just removing the rear. Oh fuck, my terminology, guys. It's honestly so bad. I have to look over here at what it is. Low and reverse band, and then the other one's kick down band, right? Oh fuck. Shut out. What have you? That's that band. You know, I don't really know exactly what I'm looking for in terms of what it looks like. We'll have to read up on that in a second. But yeah, that came out of there pretty hot. So yeah, we'll take out these servos. These bores look in good shape. I don't see anything wrong with them. So, you know, right on, guys. We'll keep giving her. That is not good practice how I just did that. Like, came out much easier. I could feel the pressure was maybe not quite as much, but maybe I should have held on to the other one, you know, as well. All these boards look to be in real good shape, actually. You know, just looking at them here, I couldn't tell you anything wrong with them. Don't they look nice? Hey, they look, you know, good. So the one comes out right when you drop the valve body. It just comes out. I think that is accumulator, you know. Okay, guys, so just removing the rear support here. Just like that. Come out easy. Guess all these bores are important. They all look pretty good so far. Everything's looked, you know, pretty good, I think. The last thing to take out is this here overrunning clutch. Can you see it in there, guys? It's just, we're gonna pull out this piece here, and then all these pins and rollers are gonna come out. And I guess it's a very important part of transmission here. So I'm going to pull her out. Just take her easy here. Okay, so there she be. And guess we got to inspect all of them. It's easy to read ahead, and like I've already read the whole book, guys. I was talking about this earlier on in the video. I've already read the whole book. But until the thing's right in front of me, like, you know, and I have a good reason to read it, and I can make, it's not even making sense of it, it's just more ambition to figure it out when it actually poses a problem or is the task at hand. Just bagging these for simplicity. And it's just doing it that first time too, like, now that I've tore this all apart, like disassembled the transmission, and I could do it just same thing as taking it out so much quicker. You know, it really is a beautiful machine to work on. So I want to clean the whole thing now. So thought before I start tearing this apart, I better clean it up or putting it back together. Kind of just tried to take off, you know, the most of what was in there, because there was really a lot in there. Or on the outside of the case, tried to clean it up, just some brake clean and, you know, some rags, and then tried to clean out the inside of the case there too pretty good. So no, it's all good, man. Might as well look at what all I got at my kit at this point. These are all my clutches. You know, replace all them clutches and steels. This will be the kick down band, I'm sure of it. Transmission filter. You know, I got it. I can't even honestly tell you. Those are, I'm not sure. I'm not there yet. You know, all these washers. Like, I gotta figure all this out. Like, I got pan gaskets. I hope they gave me the only gasket I think I don't have that I do need. Like, see, I don't need this one because I don't have that. I know that. There's a whole bunch. I definitely don't have any snap rings in here, but I don't know if I have the transfer case to Tranny one, but that's okay. So, yeah, the kit itself, it don't cost too much. Like, as long as we don't run into huge shit. Like, it's not an expensive job to do. You know, I think I paid 120 bucks for this, or whatever. So, better not speak too soon on that, let me tell you. Okay. Slide the front planetary carrier and annulus gear from the output shaft. A lot of parts coming off this girl here. Not seeing any well, this stuff looks pretty good, you know, their surfaces are good and smooth and stuff. Okay, now the one place look maybe heat up is here, huh? I don't know how bad that is, I just couldn't tell ya. See, I guess there's lubrication holes the whole way here. Okay guys, I think all our planetary gear sets and stuff look good. I got them all set out and looks good there. I'm just tearing apart the pump now. Yeah, so I pull apart all these gears. I got them marked and you can see like in the pump here. You see I marked it quick. They all look fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with any of them, I don't think. You know, no scoring, nothing. Now I gotta replace this. See, this is my new one in my kit. Go all the way around, you see here. So we'll take that out. Cool. Okay. I managed to drive out that bushing with the chisel. To be very careful to do it. And I got a replacement one. That's what was in my kit, was one of these bushings like this. Now I want to replace this seal too. So there's our bushing removed, and with a little finesse. I don't have any bushing. Like, I was like, okay, well I should probably just get them anyway, you know, halfway through doing that, and you know, I just took her easy. Okay guys, so now I'm just removing these sealing rings from the rear of the pump and remove them. Okay guys, thank goodness. Finally got this drum separate. I really piss around here, make sure I wasn't buggering anything up, you know, while I was going through there. You know, I didn't want to hit it too hard. I was tapping it, prying gently, using plastic tree felling wedges, but I put it here, held it here, bam. You know, and here in my front, here are my clutches. You know, that's what we expected, was these to be fucked, eh? You know, that's what we're hoping for. Okay, now this slides out here. Or does it? Only slide, fuck. Oh, I already marked this, thank God. I think I needed to mark that one. Thank God I already marked this. But we gotta, I'm so excited, I just gotta do this here. Right straight away, boys. Okay. These clutches are gonna be fucked. Like, that's a piece of clutch for sure it is. This is where a problem lies. I got compressed this here thing, but there's no pressure on these at all. This has to be compressed. I want to do that here. I want to have a... Well, I was gonna have a hot chocolate, boys, fuck's sakes, but it's plus 30 for God's sake. I don't know what to drink. There's times when I'm not looking to find problems. There's times when I'm definitely looking to find problem. Right now is one of them. You know, I got the tranny on the bench. I don't want it to be no search. Okay. There's our snap ring. Yeah, here's our burnt clutches. Woohoo! I'm eager to see what all's in here. Like this here is fucked. You see that? It's fucked. Put it back in order to come out. fucked. Oh, she's fucked. Gotta see what all we're looking at here. These are all so fucked. Just mint. Totally mint. But you know, that's our problem. And I knew that coming in here. I knew that quite a while ago. Well, now I'm bragging, for fuck's sakes. I don't got much to brag about here. Yeah, I really don't want this here thing fucking mixed up. But we're pretty well got all our components tore apart and figured out. Wrong way. I'm trying to figure out why this was such a prick. So this goes on the front. Okay, so here's one thing I've been thinking about while doing this. I was lucky. I really had to be patient. Like, I'm a relatively patient guy, but if the thing don't go, like, I start grabbing bigger hammers. So I had to be careful, boys, I did. But the one thing here is, like, with that way we dropped that front pump out of there and hit it forward, like, that could have been what set this in here and made it prick. I seen that, like, this was the only guy who do this. I was like, okay, buddy, why? But then, yeah, who knows, you know, but because it's all burnt up and probably stuck together with all the clutch material and shit, like, that sure as hell don't help, you know, but, okay. Like, what do we got here? Torque converter. I don't think I got a look it over, I guess. I don't know much about them at all either, tell you the truth. Governor's all apart. Both our clutch drums are all apart. Everything is organized here. I got a little bit of a mess. There's all our rear planetary and shit. Our front pump is taken apart. The valve body, it was the first thing I took apart. It's gonna be, like, there's a lot of parts on that. Luckily, in my book here, it's got everything. Like, we're chilling. Okay, boys, well, this just gets me fired right up. I'm excited. But yeah, like, oh, wrong clutches. Like, you're telling me that's mint, boys? I think not. Oh, she's a little fucky. Like, look at these here, burnt. Oh! But this is fun. This is so much fun. This whole deal is fun. Oh, this fucking might be illegal. I was gonna show you this book, and I've been showing this book a few times today. And I realized that totally might be illegal. What I'm worried about here, there's a list in this book. It's really a good book. What I'm worried here, I had two problems. One was that I lost third gear and breakaway low at exactly the same time. So I attributed it to be the same thing, and then I lost reverse later. But I have no breakaway low, and I don't know how related it is. But we got to make sure we figure that out too, why we got no breakaway low. Yeah, so it turns out in breakaway low, like, I mean, when you're first taking off from a stop, she's gutless to begin with, but she wasn't going into breakaway low, so she'd go into the next one, and then it's like it's way too high of a gear for being stopped. I think it's been a while since I've drove her, so you really had to floor it to get her to go. Like, you go across the highway, you just hoping she would stall, floored it. But it says like the rear clutch and overrunning clutch are engaged. So it also could be valve body malfunction. So we'll make sure that stuff's all mint when we go through that. Like, really, guys, I haven't run into really much for issues this whole time I've been going through all this shit, except for the clutches or the front clutches, you know. Everything else looks fine as far as I'm concerned, but there would be people who probably spot more than I can here. Anyway, sorry guys, this camera keeps dying on me here at critical moments. What I'm doing here, I don't know when it died either. What I'm doing here is I got this compressed, like, it's fully loaded here, and I take off the snap ring. Now I'm trying to back it off. Now it worked pretty good. The only thing is, when I loosen this, it wants to walk off. It wants to walk off the edge here, which I definitely do not like. So actually I kind of got issues here right currently. It's not good. Fuck. This thing's gonna come. Holy shit. It's gonna come right off here, I was gonna say. Thank God I had this other clamp. Otherwise she would have been smell you later. There, I think I got her. Yep. Thank God. Oh, a little dicey there. Like, there's a time in the day I should be doing this shit, and then there's this time of the day, and I shouldn't be doing this shit. Yeah, you can do it. I would have a couple. Be careful it walk off. But like, for me, who maybe might do one of these, honestly, I could possibly do some more. Actually, I'm having so much fun, I might consider it as another project. Instead of buying the specialty tool to do that, you can just buy and like potentially never use again. You can just get this here deal. Use them a shitload of times because they're deadly useful. You see here, you gotta be careful of the springs. If I take this off now, let's see if we gotta check all these springs. I'm just gonna leave them like this for now. Like, this is the rest of our drum. Okay guys, so we have her officially tore right down and out of the truck now. All the parts we need disassembled are disassembled. Everything is going good. I think we found our problem. I want to do some more investigating. There's a couple things like on the governor, look at a bit more, and valve body and that stuff. We will cross that bridge when it comes time to. Other than that, like, the project is gonna take a fair while. Like, I've really been taking my sweet ass time with it here, but like, if I was to do it again, I keep saying that, but like, you really figure it out quick, you know. But like, there's a few things I probably have to order, like that one bushing I'm gonna want to order, and I think there's a gasket and stuff like that. Now the thing about that is, gotta order it and then it takes 2 weeks, but I'll probably start putting it together here straight away. Sure as hell not today. And you know, if I need something along the way, you know, stop, and I want to order everything at once and then avoid the shipping. So that's right on. But like, I just got a new love for this beauty. I'm so glad I decided to do this, because for a minute I wasn't going to. That's why I was sitting. Well, I think maybe I was always going to, because if I really wanted to get rid of that beauty, she wouldn't have been sitting in my yard this whole time. It's definitely my fault how it broke, like or not broke, but those clutches wore down, and I was sitting there stuck in the bush, and like, I can tell you the exact time it happened, kind of thing. But yeah, it's a fun project. Takes a lot of time, not a lot of I shouldn't say it, you know, but yeah, it's gonna be such a beauty to get her chooching again. Just such a great backup truck. It cost me nothing to own. It's appreciated in value. That's something that never happened with a vehicle, essentially. Like, and yeah, but we're gonna call this here a video, guys. It's probably already stupid long. We'll get off to the next one. I got a few projects on the go here coming. You know, we'll drag this one out if we need to. No rush. It's so much fun. You know, that's what I was planning to do, was just have it as something I could work on when I don't got anything else going. But now I want to do this more than anything, I tell you. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope everyone's great. And hope everyone's excited as I am. See the Ramcharger chooch to life.